The entire future of monster and human relations within Zombies 2 relies on shrimp themed high school prom. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, what's up? It's Hobituerra and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Zombies 2. This movie is held together by teenage romance and seafood. I can't. In the town of Seabrook, they've finally found like a fragile piece between the living and the dead and the undead. But the film asks real questions, okay? What happens when you just throw werewolves into the mix? This movie is a masterclass in solving systemic prejudice with student government elections and choreographed musical numbers, and I'm here for every single moment, okay? So after a whole movie of learning to accept zombies, now we have to learn to accept werewolves, okay? But our main character, Zed, we have our most pressing issue. It's not solidifying zombie rights or dealing with lingering societal trauma, yeah? His biggest problem is trying to figure out how to ask our other main character, Addison, out to prawn. Not prom, but prawn. A mighty shrimp themed formal. And the movie makes it clear that Zed and Addison, a zombie and a human, cannot go to prom together, which I'm completely confused about because in the first movie, we seem to get along. We seem to be as one, and now it's illegal for them to go to prom together. But I'm like, they already go to school together. Zed's already on the football team. Addison's a cheerleader and has white hair for some reason. So I'm just like, what's the tea, you know? And because of this, the entire foundation of monster-human coexistence might fall apart. No pressure, guys. No pressure. So everything starts pretty cheerful. You know, Zed is trying to practice how to do a prom proposal for Addison. And everything's pretty normal until you realize that half of the student body is, like, technically deceased. Addison's trying to become cheer captain because in Seabrook, cheerleading isn't just a sport, it's a public institution that can seemingly influence public policy, you know? Her rival Bucky, who's also her cousin, decides to run for class president, which conveniently opens up the cheer captain spot. It's a win-win, right? You're wrong. This gets shattered because the cheer squad takes a bus ride back to Seabrook, I think it is, and they end up in the Forbidden Forest. It all happens because Zed is doing his promposal and it causes a accident, and the bus crashes in the forest. Basically, they run into some werewolves, not really, but it's sightings, it gets weird, there's howling, you know? And the mayor is like, actually, let's shut this shit down. Zombies don't have rights anymore and fuck them werewolves. This also means that zombies are banned from prom. Suddenly, it's not like y'all can't go to prom. To Zed and Addison, it's an act of political defiance. And what's Zed's plan to fight the systemic fear-driven? He decides to run for class president because that's what you do naturally, you know? While Zed is trying to win an election that's probably supposed to be handled by adults and authorities within the school and the town, Addison's trying to figure out why her hair is white. She wants to fit in, she wants to be somewhere, she wants to belong. And this is where we meet the actual werewolves in this story. Did I mention that the werewolves, basically in the beginning of the movie, back way back then in the 1800s, when the community of Seabrook was being set up, colonizers found an area, were attacked by werewolves, stole their magic rock, and then hid it under the Seabrook laboratory. I think it was the one that exploded with Z juice and then caused them to become zombies in half the town. That's where the fucking rock is, okay? And now the werewolves are dying and they need that rock to harness their powers and not die. So they basically infiltrate the school and look for the alpha goddess that is going to lead them the way to the rock. Their legends speak of a great prophecy, a great alpha, a girl with white hair that will lead them to a new moonstone buried somewhere in Seabrook. And Addison just happens to have unnaturally white hair. Wow, guys. And a knack for being at the right place at the wrong time. So the werewolves are led by a girl named Willa and her brother named Wyatt. and also Winter. And I'm pretty sure that Winter is a TikToker that I used to follow, a musically girl. If I'm being if I'm being honest, Zombies 2. Yeah, baby Ariel. It's baby Ariel. She's only 25. She's the same age as me. Oh man, I need to do better. I need to do better. So the werewolves enroll into Seabrook to get closer to Addison, okay? Wyatt is convinced that she's the great alpha, and Will is like, probably not, but let's go ahead and find this rock and fuck some shit up, you know? They eventually get to Addison. Wyatt invites her to the den. They basically tell her this prophecy, what's going on, and she's like, bro, this is it. I'm the one. I'm the werewolf. Finally, she's a prophesied leader of a supernatural wolf pack. They even give her a fully charged moonstone necklace, which is very reckless to me, if we're being honest here, because they just met her, and yes, she has white hair, but if we went a couple towns over, we probably would have found a bitch the same as Addison. Now, if she puts on this moonstone necklace, she will transform into the great alpha that she is. The logic is flawless, okay? It's great. Zed is a little pissy. I don't know what Zed's fucking problem is. He just really wants to go to prom with Addison, and Addison's trying to discover her true self. Zed is like, well, I'm running for president, and like, I don't even think you should be in cahoots with the werewolves. Like, we shouldn't really even like the werewolves either, which is crazy to me because they just like your ass as a zombie. Let's go ahead and add the werewolves in here. I don't understand. And so he shows up to the den thinking that she's in danger. He gets like incredibly jealous and territorial, and he's like, is Wyatt trying to get at my bitch? Like, that's the vibe that I was getting, you know? And he tells her not to put on the necklace, insisting that she doesn't want to become a monster, which is crazy coming from a zombie who spent the first entire movie trying to get equality. The werewolves give Addison a day to decide if she wants to. If I could speak English, that would be actually fucking great. The werewolves give Addison a day to decide if she wants to wear the moonstone necklace or not and become the great alpha. And then we get another bombshell in the motherfucking villa. Turns out the Seabrook power plant, the one that I was talking about, where they made the zombie juice and half the town turned into zombies, happens to have the moonstone there. And now the Seabrook power plant is up for demolition. And who happens to work at the Seabrook power plant who's in charge of the demolition? No one other than Zed's father. This is actually peak timing. It's like very inconvenient. So the next day, Zed is like tweaking the fuck out. He wants to become president. He's making all these flyers and posters, humifying himself instead of becoming the true zombie that he is. And out of pure jealousy and rage, he steals the moonstone from Addison. He then goes to the presidential debate where he's running against Bucky. Fucking Bucky, bro. I thought that in the first movie, Bucky had like a very much like coming of like age character development type. No, Bucky's still the same bitch ass bitch. Basically, because Zed stole the moonstone, it interferes with his Z-band. Bro just goes full like almost zombie mode, scaring everybody, even the zombies. I will say the zombies are like, whoa, wait a minute, we haven't seen this in a while. He ends up losing the election in a landslide, obviously. So, recap, Zed's jealousy made him steal from his girlfriend, sabotage his own campaign and lose the election, and single-handedly push back monster and human relations. And why we're here, guys, because I do this for you guys. I do this for my 48 subscribers. We have a jealous zombie, a cheerleader who's a potential werewolf, and a pack of werewolves whose lives are about to get blown up. You know, if you enjoy me dying into the life of Seabrook, just subscribe. I promise it's less complicated than running for high school presidency and trying to change citywide laws. Let's get back to the recap. With Zed's presidential dreams and relationship in shambles, the werewolves race back to the power plant. Okay, The werewolves race back to the power plant to stop the demolition, okay? It's a full standoff. Meanwhile, it's also the night of prom, okay? Zed ends up showing up to the power plant with other zombies, and he begins to get into cahoots with the werewolves to fight off the demolition. We have a good protest with a good dance number. Zed and Addison have a heart-to-heart. He tells her he stole the moonstone. Addison ends up putting on the moonstone, and turns out she's not a fucking werewolf. And the great alpha prophecy was just a misunderstanding based on coincidence. She just happened to be a bitch there with white hair. The werewolves are like, nah, it's cool, dude. You could still be a werewolf in our pack. In spirit, which is, you know, it's okay. She wasn't the great alpha, but she technically still did lead them to the moonstone. So the prophecy kind of hit, you know? And they make up in time just for the ground to start shaking violently, because as they are going to stop the demolition, they can't stop it. It's gonna go off either way. There's no stopping it. They already started it. Turns out the demolition doesn't destroy the moonstone. It just makes it harder to reach. They can't get it. The earth is split. I don't know. The werewolves, they're sick, they're weak, they can't fight anymore. At this point, they're about to go extinct. We hit the prom. Everybody's like sulky. Zombies ended up showing up anyway, and werewolves. So there was really the mayor, who's also Addison's mom, couldn't really do anything because they were going to do what they wanted anyway. Everybody's at prom, and they realize because the ground is split and because the demolition happened, they can go underground in these tunnels that were built. The zombies, the werewolves, and the cheerleaders decide to team up together, go underground to save the werewolves by going under these underground tunnels that were built when the colonizers came and hid the fucking gem, the moonstone. So they get there. In a moment of true heroism, Zed messes with his Z-band and learns how to control himself and use his full ability to help lift the fucking moonstone with him, and they finally get it out of the tunnels. He proves that being a monster isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a source of his strength. Everyone gets out safely, the werewolves get their power back, and they all return to prom, which is apparently still going on despite the literal earthquake, a literal uprooting of the earth. I don't know how these other towns weren't affected, but okay. Because of this, the werewolves are saved, so problem solved. Or is it? Because this is a Disney Channel franchise. And you always have to leave room for a sequel. In the movie's final scenes, Addison is sleeping, and a mysterious blue fucking meteor streaks across the sky. Oh my god, I'm getting fucking annoyed right now. And crashes somewhere nearby. In her sleep, her hair starts to fucking glow with the same eerie blue light. So after an entire movie exploring whether she's a werewolf or not, it turns out she's something else entirely. Okay. Zombies 2 spent its entire time on red herring, only to introduce a completely new mystery that lasts only about 30 seconds. Alright? After all this drama with zombies and werewolves, the biggest supernatural secret of all time is fucking Addison and her white fucking hair. Zombies 2 is a cinematic fever dream, you know, very absurd. It's literally put in 20 on 10 from the first movie. It talks about acceptance and identity, but then it wraps everything into a story where a student election is treated with the gravity as if it's a national crisis. And then we have to figure out the fate of an entire species and stop a whole demolition. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is an hour-and-a-half movie, okay? It's held together by teenage romance, seafood, and the sheer unshakable power of sequel baiting. And honestly, there's a reason why I stayed up until 3 a.m. to watch all 4 of these movies, because I had to keep going. Thank you. You will hear from me again. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not like it, get up out of here. See something else. Watch some, I don't know. Shit, stay, get to know me. I don't know. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with another video sometime soon. Bye.